Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jonathan, and if you're new here, I'm a first year PhD student at the University of Waterloo. Now, before I get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I just want to say I really appreciate all of you guys subscribing and watching the videos. It definitely gives me a lot of motivation to keep the channel going, and this has been a really fun part of going back to school, and I just want to thank everyone for their support. Hopefully we can hit 1,000 subscribers in 2021. That's the next goal. So this video is going to be a lot more casual and informal. I'm going to talk about the courses that I'm taking and how my semester is kind of structured. I know there's some of you who's actually kind of interested in potentially doing a PhD in accounting, or maybe just what a PhD is like. So today's video is going to be a little bit more informative than my other ones. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are my courses, and in a PhD you typically only take 3 courses a semester. So right now I'm only taking 3 courses. I know that compared to an undergrad or a master's degree, 3 courses sounds really chill because typically you're doing 5 courses here in Canada, but the amount of work that you do for each course is actually quite a bit. So I have my course schedule right here, and right now I'm taking Management Accounting Research Seminar, Archival Analytic Research Seminar, and finally Applied Microeconometrics 1. So in my PhD program, I'm required to take a number of accounting seminars, and essentially what these seminars are is it's a really small class, around 3 or 4 people, and pretty much all you do is read a lot of papers, you discuss those papers on a weekly basis, and for each of these courses, there's one huge project where you have to pretty much design a paper. So you have to think about like the theory and what you want to study, what's the research question, how you're going to test it, and pretty much formulate a potential paper from scratch. So for Management Accounting Research Seminar, so this class actually is pretty big. There's 6 of us in there, and pretty much we read a bunch of papers on management accounting. And it's only been 3 weeks so far, but my understanding of management accounting is looking at how firms can use management control systems to help address a particular control problem. And that control problem could be motivating employees, or it could be pointing employees in the right direction if they lack a particular direction. Overall, I'm enjoying the course. It's not my area of focus right now because right now I'm kind of leaning towards financial accounting, but I decided to take the seminar because I'm still in my first year and I wanted that breadth of exposure to different accounting research topics. So I wanted to take this one just so I can see what it's like. Now the second research seminar that I'm taking is Archival Analytical Research Seminar. So this course is actually broken up into 2 parts. The first one is for 6 weeks and it's all about analytical modeling. So how do you build a model to test a particular research question? So we look at papers that have models in them and we kind of break that model down to look at why they make certain assumptions in that model, why the model is built a particular way. I actually find this course really difficult because modeling is like not my strong suit, and there's like a ton of variables and it's more math based for an accounting course. But it is interesting, but I'm just kind of struggling a little bit to understand all the material. So the second part of the course is all about archival studies, and that's more in my wheelhouse. So we pretty much, my guess is that we'll look at a bunch of archival papers, and financial accounting is like one of the areas that I'm interested in. Specifically, I'm leaning towards financial reporting and earnings management. I'm kind of gravitating towards that area. So I'm pretty excited for the second half of this course, but this first half is definitely a bit of a challenge. And for both these seminars, what's really nice is that it's a live lecture. So for my management accounting one, I have that on Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then my analytical one, I have that on Tuesdays. So that's from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's a lot of participation. You have to read all the materials beforehand. It's not like undergrad where I could kind of hang back in the back of the lecture hall and not participate. These classes are really small, and I think like 30 or 40% of your grade is based on participation. So you better come to class having read all the material, and you should have notes in place so you can kind of talk about the paper. If you don't contribute to the discussion, the professor will know, and they kind of like call your name if you don't like contribute in a while, which is obviously kind of intimidating. So it's better to come prepared. So the last course I'm taking right now is Applied Microeconometrics number 1. It's a continuation of the econometrics course I was taking last semester, but this one seems to be a lot more bearable. I guess once you do it the first time, it gets a lot easier the second time, and so far the course material has been pretty much reviewed so far. The statistical program that we're using is Stata, and pretty much every week there's some sort of coding assignment in relation to the material that we're learning. and that's been okay. I've actually have one other of my PhD classmates in that class with me, so it's kind of nice to have someone that I can like bounce ideas off of and compare assignments with. But so far this class is not that bad. It's asynchronous, so the lectures are posted online and you kind of watch them whenever you can. And just based on how my schedule is laid out right now, because I have a lecture on Tuesday and I have a lecture on Wednesday, and I have my research assistant stuff on Thursdays afternoon at 2 p.m., I typically look at my microeconometrics material either Thursday night, which is actually tonight when I'm filming this video, or Friday. And typically we have those assignments due Saturday or Sunday at midnight. I'm not quite sure, but it's usually due on the weekend. So I try to get as much done as I can Thursday nights and Fridays for this class. So that's kind of a brief overview of the 3 classes that I'm taking right now. Now, the reason why it's a lot of work is that it takes a lot of time to read papers. And I would say for each class, there's probably like 3 or 4 papers that were assigned per week. And for me at least, it takes around 2 to 3 hours to read a paper, front and back, and to like understand what's going on and to like criticize it and think of potential discussion points for the class. It's really time consuming, and all these papers that we're looking at for the class, they could eventually come up in our comprehensive exam in our 3rd year. So then you have to like take notes on these papers and make sure that you're trying to capture everything. So that's why there's only 3 courses a semester, because even with these 3 courses, the workload is just insane, and you're probably going to be pulling 8-hour or 10-hour days at least. So now I'm going to talk about my RA work, and this is actually one of the more exciting parts of my PhD right now. So right now, me and my professor, we kind of have an idea that we're working on right now. I don't really want to say it on camera, just in case someone sees this video and decides to take our idea and do something with it. But pretty much we're in the phase where there's like a conference in the summer that we're like eyeing to hopefully get the like data research part done and the write-up done by then and submit it. And if that happens, that'll be pretty cool. Obviously it's kind of cool to have your name published on something, but we're still a long ways away. It's only the end of January, but I have pretty high hopes for this project. And pretty much how this RA thing works is that we have an idea, and I'm kind of like the main driver behind doing the analysis, collecting the data. And we have a meeting every week, Thursdays at 2 p.m. for about an hour, and we pretty much just talk about the work that I do that week. And the professor obviously gives me a lot of guidance and direction on what the paper should be about and like where I should like focus my effort on, just because the professor obviously has a lot more experience. So the professor that I'm working with right now, we have a pretty good relationship. I like working with him a lot, and he's been really supportive on this project that we're doing right now. So hopefully closer to the summer, I can give you guys a more closer look on what we're doing, but I'm pretty excited on where this RA term is heading. So that kind of wraps it up on the school side. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of reading. It definitely can get discouraging sometimes, but I'm trying to push through. So from a personal note, not much has really changed. I talked about some of my new routines I was gonna be trying for 2021 to like help improve my mental health in a previous video that I made. So I can speak a little bit on that. When it comes to the meditation, I kind of stopped using the app as often, and I don't really have a good reason why I haven't been using the app. I think I just haven't been using it because I just haven't felt the need to use it before. Whenever my mind is racing and I'm feeling really like bummed out, I usually just like go for a walk with Lola, and 30 minutes to an hour outside with her is doing a lot more for my mental health than the 3-minute meditation sessions that I'll be doing with Headspace. So I've been going out for walks with Lola a lot more, and it's a good way to take a break from work and to just kind of focus some time with Lola, which is great. I'm still going to the gym a lot. I know I haven't been posting on Instagram that often, but I'm still working out a lot, which is good. And fun fact, I actually lost around 5 pounds since Christmas, so I'm super excited about that. I still wake up and check my weight every morning, and I'm still being super conscious on what I eat, if I'm getting enough exercise and things like that. I'm still drinking my protein shakes, which is always important. So I'm really happy about that progress, and I do feel lighter, and I kind of see my cheekbones coming in, and cheekbones are really what I really want at the end of this whole fitness, eating healthy journey. So I'm pretty happy about that. But with that being said, that's pretty much the end of the video. Just want to give a little life update on how the semester is going. Again, I just want to say thank you everyone for subscribing and watching my videos. It means a lot to me. This is really the funnest part of being a student, is filming these videos and sharing my experience with you guys. So I definitely appreciate your support. And if you guys like this content, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button because you know it helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support and have a great day and have a great week. Peace.